I hate every time I try to do videos like this and they just go on for so long that I run out of time. Especially when I'm in the middle of reading something. Oh god. Yeah, because I spent like 5 or 4 hours trying to do um Lynette's hangout. That now that I'm trying to do Chiori's story, it's going on a little while. I'm already pretty worn out, so I think once I finish these events, I'm probably gonna have to take a long break from this game. If I would have known that it was gonna be that way, I would have just streamed this instead. But I don't really stream much anymore. I don't really care to, so that was never an option. But anyway, where did I leave off? I think I'm gonna have to go back and cut the video where I say it picked it in the photo above. So Chiori, her countenance terrifying as she grabs her competitor, Mr. Uther, by the scruff, making threatening gestures towards him. This incident was ultimately broken up by the guards who reached the scene. Okay, let's see. When we asked criminals why they appreciated this brand, their answer we received was that Chiori employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty. Perhaps those who purchase clothes from this establishment may, following this establishment's philosophy, prefer to liquidate those with whom they have disagreements. Is Cisoria Boutique indeed a place blindly flattered by fashionistas that keeps an exclusive clientele of crooks?
Behind the scenes, the true Cisoria Boutique takes shape. Not a fashion house, but a house of lies. Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Cisoria brand employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to the evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo shows you to be the clear aggressor.
He even hired goons to attack our courier.
Yeah, he was the one who started it, that little...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon, but it can't be helped now.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still, I've got to give your rival high marks for effort. They even dug up the fact that my father once served time in the fortress of Meripede.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud. Once tainted, it can never be washed clean. They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you. People who silence all dissent with violence.
The absurdity. I don't even know which part to laugh at the most.
Well, it's no laughing matter. Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. There's even the possibility that they're just people who happen to commit crimes after buying your clothes.
That's so stupid, though. This concept is dumb. That's like saying, oh, because a murderer ate at McDonald's, everybody who eats McDonald's are murderers. You know how fucking stupid that is? Oh my fucking god. It's like, oh, there's this guy who goes around stealing cars and he shops at Walmart. That means everyone who shops at Walmart are thieves. Like that, you know how stupid that is? That's like, oh, somebody who goes around beating women drinks water from glasses. Everybody who drinks water from glasses are the same. Like, you don't know how dumb that line of thought is.
But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is practically an exercise of futility. It's not something people are just going to forget about in a day or two, especially when they've found several people to back up their claims.
The way this guy talks is reminding me of a guy from Final Fantasy 12. I can't remember. I think he was Ashelia's. Well, they call her Ash, but Ashelia, the princess, he was like her uncle or something. I think he was her uncle, but I can't remember what the hell his name was. He was the one who did like the main narrations. Final Fantasy 12 is one of my favorite games, though I've had to restart it like 5 times, and I have it uninstalled currently. But the way he talks reminds me of this guy.
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider? If we go through with the show together, we can defeat them fair and square.
If I were younger, I might have said yes. But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the family business to consider now. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't deserve to be swarmed by all that negative publicity.
I understand.
Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go. There's always next year. You just need to wait for all of this to blow over.
You're free to wait things out, Bender. I'll make my own choices.
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours is what's gotten you into all this trouble?
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my success?
Well, fair enough. Then I suppose all there's left to say is best of luck. As for the models, none of them wanted to be implicated in all of this either.
Understood. Take care.
So, what should we do now?
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
How could they do this? They're making things up. The boutique doesn't have anything to do with violent criminals. Can't people tell this is just a bunch of lies?
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. It's about echoing the loudest voice in the room.
True.
I should have seen it from the beginning. Uter knows me too well. Everything that happened yesterday was just a trap.
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Charlotte.
Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
Well,
You
yeah.
mean that sorry excuse for an article? Oh, just thinking about it makes Paimon's blood boil.
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine share our same sense of journalistic integrity. Miss Chiori doesn't deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about to find some people to interview so that I could write an article to refute all those claims. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who misrepresent and distort the facts.
That's great! With your help, we might be able to get some people back on our side!
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. I know she's not the kind of person that article makes her out to be. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went? Alof told me you were all together.
She was just here. Maybe she went over there? Let's go check!
She literally just said, let's go back to my shop. How do we not? He did take damage. That's so much damage from that drop. Oh my god. What the fuck? Christ. Anyway, what I
If
was...
you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I was trying to talk.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
Wasn't even true. What I was trying to fucking say is we literally just said that well, let's go back to her shop. So how do we not know where she is?
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before. Really? How was it? The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she regularly deals with criminals, I guess. I've got the chills just thinking about it.
Jesus just staring at them like, are you fucking serious? Look at that look on his face. Oh my god.
Oh no, we've lost her. Did you hear what all those people were saying? Paimon can't believe they bought all that nonsense!
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little extreme sometimes. It's easy to use that to mislead people who don't know anything else about her.
This is all Tyr's fault! Paimon would pick him up and throw him across the room too if she could! Wait a second. don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you? You know, so she can, finish what she started?
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori knows that too.
Does she though?
You've got a point. Let's just return to the boutique and see if she's there then.
Oh dear God.
And look, we're back! Oh, who's this?
This is Miss Letitia. She's also here to see Miss Chiori.
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right? Wait, please don't say you're returning that dress too.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact, if there's anything I can do to help her out, I'd be more than willing.
Ah, so you've come across that article as well.
Yeah, you probably don't know this, but after I got engaged, I didn't think I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my wedding day.
Why?
My fiance owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of more, but we get by. After he proposed, he took me to Cisoria boutique, and we put down a custom order for a dress. He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes and how pretty they were. Being able to wear one of her dresses to my wedding has always been my dream.
And then?
And then something happened to the business, and we ran into major moral problems. We were able to scrounge up enough to pay off our debts, but it left us without the funds to pay for the dress.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left of the original deposit?
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she asked if something happened, and I told her everything. She heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the dress, and that she'd be able to finish making it in time as well. She promised that I'd be able to wear a Chisoria dress on my wedding day.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori to be a woman of her word.
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on. My fiance happened to walk into the room, and when he saw me, he froze on the spot.
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to see it until the wedding day.
Well, see, that wasn't actually the issue. He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So as soon as he saw it, he knew for sure that it must have cost far more than what we paid.
Huh? So wait, that means...
He told her to return it.
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fabric, accessories, beading, construction. It was all of the highest quality.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique. Would you mind going on the record?
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori out, I wouldn't mind at all.
I think it'd go a long way. Your real experience is more powerful than all those lies combined.
Hey, Ayla! Has Chiori come back here since we left?
Huh? I thought you were all together.
Well, we were. If she hadn't come back here, then do you know of any other places she could have gone?
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by the sea. Miss Chiori would always go there whenever she was upset.
In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia, and you two can go look for Miss Chiori.
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Like how that lady's headband was like hovering above her head.
So, in your opinion, what is Miss Chiori like as a person?
Let's see. Well, she's certainly not afraid to say what she means, but she always looks out for her customers however she can.
Miss Chiori isn't the sort to just give up. She probably just needs a place where she can think in peace.
The cliff, huh? That is far away, son. Oh, I'm a little frustrated though because Lynette's story hangout thing took way too long. It took me like maybe 4 hours to finish it. And other characters' story events only took 2 hours to finish. mean, I don't mind about the extra content, but when you're on a limited space and you're having to record these many videos back to back, it gets really taxing. If I would have known it was going to be like that, I would have just fucking streamed all of this shit. But it's okay. I don't really like to stream much anymore. It's kind of a waste of my time. So, it always has been, really. Now that I think about it.
Chiori?
Shove her off the cliff.
How did you know where I... Olaf told you, didn't she?
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to thank you for the dress. So, you see? You don't have to be sad. We'll figure out how to get through this together.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air.
But how could you not be upset, though? When you work so hard to be something, and you have people making up lies about you and they just believe it instantly, it's like, does no one really have faith in you? Do they just believe anything anyone says? Like, if they believe that, could they just believe anything? You start thinking that.
Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning.
It's pretty high up. Doesn't look like there's a lot of space.
Sorry about that. I'm the only one here most of the time.
Are they trying to imply that Lumine is afraid of heights?
Alright, don't mind if we do.
Or not? I'm taller than her. If you're playing as either, are they trying to make this a romantic setting? With my fucking Skyrim edges over there?
Well, how does it feel?
That is a weird line out of context. My mind. This is pretty, though. I do like when the game does this, where they have, like, these pre-rendered, pre-created cutscene silhouettes of the characters, because it looks so different from the actual game.
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless critique from fashion commentators in the media. It's just you and the beautiful scenery.
But you can't run away from your problems all the time, though.
Yeah. It's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a while.
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive because they spoiled me as a child. I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate. One of the servants had to physically remove me.
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined that.
Ah, so she must know Ayato and Ayaka.
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be.
I understand how they did this, but there's other games that kind of do stuff like this where they have her moving. Maybe it would have been too hard to program. Well, I doubt it. That would be probably, maybe it'd be easy. I don't know. I'm not a programmer. But I play other games where when they have silhouettes talking like this, they actually have her moving. I think it would have been cooler to have like the water moving in the background and the boat going around, and like her hair and her kimono moving in the wind, and like the stars kind of moving in the background, and like the grass blowing in the wind. I think it would have been more interesting to see.
It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. You know the feeling?
Sorta.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago. You could say I really tried their patience.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. Ones that weren't in line with traditional ways of doing things. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master. Worse, not one shop was willing to hire me. Not even to do grunt work.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those masters that my brand would one day become renowned all over to that.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine. a city often referred to as the capital of arts and fashion.
You see, I know how, like, it's moving now. I know that's how what I was saying, but I didn't mean, like, this style. Like, this is the in-game engine style, but what they were using before was a pre-rendered thing. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a way to have that animated, is what I'm getting at. Because I know they're like, oh, but what about this? Look, she's moving. Yeah, that's the same, but it's actually not what I was talking about at all. I mean, this is just using the in-game engine, yeah, but whatever that pre-rendered art style was is not the in-game style art, is what I'm saying. So, like, if there's a way to get that pre-rendered art style to move like the in-game style art, I think it would look interesting to see.
I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small cramped room, but I was finally free to make whatever I wanted. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. As long as something was pretty, it would become popular, right? A simple concept, surely.
Well, it's easy to think stuff like that.
Of course. As I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Least of all, fashion.
Well, I know someone who absolutely adores your designs and dreamed of wearing one at her wedding. These are both right, but...
Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard something like that from one of my customers. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream, my work has also become someone else's. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this mess.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back!
Back? It was never going to begin with. I did say I wasn't upset, didn't I?
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Chiori. Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors, so we can publish all our findings in the Steambird once we're done.
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I won't stop her either. I know where Uter's clothing factory is located. It might be a good place to start looking for some evidence.
Sounds good! We'll come with! As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year, right? So there's no need to be too upset.
Watch her say no, I'm not gonna give up yet.
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation? Find incriminating evidence or participate in Fashion Week. I'm doing both.
But your accessories! Didn't you say your designs were unusable without them?
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that, but to tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma, and the vow I made in front of those masters. Thinking about all that, I just can't bear to take even one step back.
Because if you do, all of it would have been for nothing.
The sea.
What did you just say, Chiori?
The sea. Seashells, coral. I've got it.
Got what?
I'll make my own fucking accessories.
Come, let's take a dip, shall we?
Chiori! Wait, hold up!
Just about to take it aside. You want me to go into the... okay, I guess we are. Do it. Do it now. Jump off the damn cliff. Punch that grave.
From whence you came. Unexpected, but welcome.
Changyun, you're unexpected but welcome. He's one of my favorite characters. I know there are some people who hate on him, but he's been a part of my team since I first started this game, and I've come so far with him. He means a lot to me. If I could hug him, I would. Oh, secret. Take my money, they say.
Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A looming cloud? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us!
I'm not gonna say out it. No, for me, what's the most prettiest thing in the sea to me? Sure, it's like corals and stuff, but I want to say it's the sea life. It's the fish. It's the plants. It's the water itself. Anyway. It gives me. They didn't attack me. I thought they were going to. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know why his swimming got suddenly fast for that split second.
These should be enough, right? Paimon picked all the prettiest ones in this area. Chiori, will these do?
Everything looks great. I've also collected a pretty big batch, so we should have enough.
Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got more than just the designs to worry about when we get back.
Yeah, show the point. You return. I wanted that flower, damn you. I guess I won't get the flower.
Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be enough time?
I should be able to make it, if I skip out on sleep.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Sounds pretty similar to the one we've had with Ganyu before. I guess going after fuck me. I guess going after what you want means making certain sacrifices. No, we talked to Ganyu about it.
Ganyu? Who's that?
Oh, you don't know her.
A friend of ours who does way too much overtime. Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not gonna convince Paimon otherwise.
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work.
Yeah, 'cause she's an Inazuman character. There's no way she would know a character from Leo.
All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first fashion week I ever participated in.
What else can we help with?
I feel like I'm noticing a trend with these character stories. They're really showing the proof of their damn elements, because she's a Geo character and so is Navia. And because, you know, they come from Zhongli, like the Geo Archon who perseveres. It's basically showing why they have that element. I've been noticing that lately. Because, you know, like, if she's from Geo's a rock. Rocks endure the passage of time. You know, they endure pretty much everything and anything thrown at them because they're strong. I understand it now. Like, it has, like, a whole new meaning now.
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
Burn them in the fire. Turn it into the thing like Mordor, cast them into the fire.
You got it! Wait, what did you just say?
Has anybody ever noticed how Lumion is stacked in a weird way? Anyway.
You heard me. Tear them all up.
Gladly, give me his blade.
When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. Just a few dozen yards of fabric and a dream. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show. I use the larger pieces for the base fabric and the smaller pieces for accessories. If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to-use accessories in the shop as well.
But you worked so hard on all these outfits!
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste. I'm not going to let them win, even if it takes everything I've ever made and more.
Okay then. Here goes nothing.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course, if anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the sewer.
You really want me to tear
Just
them?
this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions.
Tearing things will never vent my emotions. Very well, if you want it. I'm sliding all over the fucking place. Can I use elements? I became Hazo.
Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your shop? Who did this? Those monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them, was it? They even sent people to wreck your shop. Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di Rosula return the favor.
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, cause you see,
I was the one who did it.
Huh?
Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and accessories we can get.
Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone. You can all just pretend like I didn't say anything.
Nadia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's formal wear is custom tailored here.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well.
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic as a uniform. That's why I didn't ask you in the first place, silly. Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the Spina, you're more of an intelligence agency than a fashion boutique.
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here. Tell me, how can the Spina be of service to you?
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work? I'll need all the help I can get if I'm going to finish these outfits over the next few days.
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. I just knew you wouldn't be intimidated into withdrawing from this year's show. When are you going to get started? I can help with sewing too.
Actually, there's something else I'd like to ask of you.
Ask away. I'm all ears.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as well.
What? Sure.
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet?
Oh! What happened to the boutique? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front page of the Steambird tomorrow.
Aw.
Not this again.
The way he looks at her! Hello.
What should we do about these clothes everywhere? Need any help?
I feel like they should have made actual strips of clothing. I mean, I know they did, but there's no way they would have been perfectly folded after I shredded them with my sword. Let's be real.
Sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color. Oh, and don't forget to remove any accessories and put them to the side.
That sounds pretty straightforward. I'll help too.
And how is he so injured? I think it's because I was playing as Scar and I dropped him off the top. Or was I? No, I was playing as Hazo and I dropped him. Something like that. Go up higher to find Linny. Why is Linny just following me fucking everywhere now? He was just in Lynette's hangout. I thought I was supposed to be focusing on just her, and then he showed up multiple times. And now he's here again. What is happening? It's like ever since I said that I really liked Linny a lot, they just keep shoving him in my fucking face. I mean, it's not like I mind or anything. It's just weird. Oh, God. Duel! Is it... Oh, it's all the way over there. Oh. Plus, I've been at this for hours. I don't know. I just think it's kind of odd. They keep shoving him in my face. It kind of sucks, too, because I didn't get him. I kept trying, and I just didn't happen. Oh, yeah, I gotta go to his actual house. They live right here. I almost dropped on that lady because I didn't see her.
Lynette! Great, you're both here!
There's something I need to ask you two.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
About that.
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find Miss Chiori. She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances. The time has come, it seems, for us to return the favor.
Oh, perfect! She was the one who sent us!
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help. Just say the word and we'll take care of it.
Okay, so it's like this.
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
I'm glad to hear it! Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Terry's been doing, right? Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days. We can check in with her again once she's done with all the new designs.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it? Will she be able to make the deadline?
Maybe.
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Luther fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of public opinion. She said that it'd be like,
A two-pronged approach?
Don't look at me like that, please.
Courtesy first, confrontation second?
Yes.
yeah, something like that.
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision. We'll go make some preparations. See you at the venue in 2 days.
Alright, we're counting on you. Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said, and meet up with her at Luther's factory in 2 days. We'll gather the evidence then. Oh, I'm sure hope she won't have a hard time making all those new outfits for the show.
Yeah. Damn it. Fucking damn it. I mean, I like Linny a lot and Lynette as well, but after what happened with the main story event, I can kind of still feel like that reluctantness. It's like the fact that, A, you guys are, I mean, I know you're not her real children, you're the adoptive children of the Harbinger, that's kind of like my enemy, but it was the fact that you had lied to me beforehand. I mean, I know things can be forgiven, but like at the same time, it's like, you still lied to me. I can understand why Lumi would be so fucking mad. Okay, before I do that, let me go turn these in. So I'm right here.
Add Astra.
Yeah, Catherine's voice is Ayaka.
Thank you for
A lot of people didn't realize that she voices her. I'm one away. I'm one away. Need to go the other way. Oh, my arm, it just itches. Gotta be careful on how I move, 'cause it moves my mic and it makes a really loud fucking sound. So painful. Oof. That was a damn sound change. Oh. Gotta make sure he made a safe landing. Would have been bad if it would have been not that. Yeah, so my last several videos, my connection to the server was bad. It was like at 118 or 120, and it was like negative and it turned yellow. Seems like I dropped back. See, normally this is the rate I'm at. My connection, it's usually like in between like 40, 45, 50, 54. Normally when it starts getting into the hundreds like that, it turns yellow. I've had it turn red on me before when I've had it like negative 200 and something, because my connection was like super bad. I don't know what was causing it, but there was something causing it.
Oh, you're here.
It was like that for like 2 hours.
Chiori! How are the new outfits coming along? You look kinda tired.
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to Alof. We should be able to make tonight's show.
Wow, that's cutting it real close. Are you sure she'll be okay without you?
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front. With the fashion show scheduled for tonight, Uter has closed his factory. This is our only chance to secure any incriminating evidence.
Okay, Paimon totally gets that this is all his fault and he totally deserves it, but wouldn't we technically be trespassing on his property if we just barge in like this?
His factory is usually open to the public. It may not be open for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can't stop by for a tour. We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Well, when you put it that way...
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there. Let's hurry up and get moving.
Why would he open a factory over there?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volumes. I don't know. Maybe the rent here is cheap.
Alright. Ooh, it's really creepy. Paimon would never choose to buy anything from a place like that.
You make a good point. Let's all be on our guard.
Isn't it kind of weird to say that? Isn't the Fulasada a place that Navia is part of and we always come here? Why would we suddenly say that? I would never buy from a place like that when we've stayed in a hotel down here multiple times. What are we fucking saying then? I can never see, so every time I come down here I have to use my fucking vision because I can't see. The way the light goes through his fucking face. Oh yeah, boy. So let me see. It's crit rate. The suspicious factory located in Fulasada may contain evidence of dishonest business practices on the part of its owner. You recommended element is Geo, but I already know how these play out. They always give you the main character as a trial character, so they'll probably give her to me. So I'm gonna just keep who I have. Yep. Maybe I have Geo characters. I could have gotten like Zhongli or Albedo. Albedo is my strongest Geo character that I own. I have many others like Yunjin and Goro and Who else? I have a bunch of Geo characters. I just can't think of any right now. See, who are my Geos? See, Albedo's my strongest. They have Zhongli. We have Goro. I have Ningguang. Yun Jin, I must have passed her. There she is. She was right next to Goro. Must have glazed over. So yeah, my strongest Geo characters, I want to say it's probably Albedo. But my Zhongli is weak. Like, it says his attack is what that is, but when you actually use him in game, it's pretty fucking weak as shit. I want to say my strongest Geo is probably Albedo. He literally is the strongest one I have. Which is okay. Alright. What the fuck is this?